Hey, it's time again for Drummer Nation Live, the show where we talk about all things related to drums, drummers, and drumming. Today, wrist grips. What do they do? Do they help? Do you need them? Do you want them? Find out. Coming up soon. It's time for Drummer Nation.
Hi, this is Stanton Moore. I've been playing and teaching drums for over 30 years. My new site, Stanton Moore Drum Academy, is the perfect online drum learning platform for any level drummer to learn how to play the drums the same way I did. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of you as subscribers on the site, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun.
Hello everyone, my name is David Victor. I'm General Manager with the Craviato Drum Company. We wanted to offer a one-ply, solid shell product, but we wanted it to stay true to our mission of offering handmade drums of uncompromised quality built here in the USA. So take a listen to our Center Stage Series drum set.
These Regal Tip Session sticks feel great. They kind of put me in the mindset of a thinner and lighter 5A. Go to regaltip.com, order a pair, or go to your nearest music store. Pick up a pair and let us know exactly how you feel about the stick.
Memphis Drum Shop is the world's premier provider of percussion instruments. With 6 showrooms of gear, mycymbal.com, the Memphis Gong Chamber, and a first-rate repair department, turn to Memphis Drum Shop for all your percussion needs. Was that, No, it's Chad Smith. I thought it was Will Ferrell for a second. Anyway, today's topic is welcome to the show today. I'm excited because I have the show to do, but also later this afternoon I'm interviewing for the podcast Full Blown Interview Show. One of my all-time heroes, Danny Serafin, made his bones in the late 60s, early 70s with the band Chicago and remains a great player and a great guy. So I'm looking forward to interviewing him later today. Hey, I got your comments. If you want to say anything, I'll appreciate it. Most people watch this in post, but I'm carrying forth regardless. The thing I want to talk about today are wrist grips. This company, Wrist Grips, sent me a pair of those, and that's what they look like. I'll tell you more about them in a second. They are at wrist-grips.com, wrist-grips.com. And I'm trying them out, and I have some observations I want to share with you and get your opinions too. Okay, first of all, I don't think wrist grips are in question as to if they provide a service or a benefit, because there are millions of them on the market for weightlifting especially, and they must be doing something or they wouldn't be so popular. This company also makes grips for other sports. Not that drumming is a sport, but that was kind of my first question, like, what the hell is it and what does it do? Well, it's a compression grip. First of all, the specs, one size fits all, easy on and off, very low profile black. It goes around your wrist, very simple to put on and off, put it as tight or as loose as you want. Now, I don't know if you want to wear it, whoops, there it is, if you want to wear it with just for playing or all the time. Let's look at some of the things it says it does. First thing is it increases blood flow and oxygen saturation to the affected areas. And I wanted to have a look at that, because if it's restricting, it seems like it would be reducing blood flow. But I know in hospitals, they use compression on people's legs and feet, and when there are indications that poor circulation. So I looked this up, and it is a little counterintuitive. What happens is in the extremities, blood tends to pool. If you have circulation issues, blood tends to pool. And so the tightness of the grip makes a difference in pressure between one spot and the other, facilitates blood flow. So it actually does facilitate blood flow, and that would reduce swelling. Where you would think more blood would be more swelling, no, because it's able to circulate and not pool. So the claims on their site are that these would tend to reduce swelling, help with arthritis and tendinitis, help with early carpal tunnel, and help alleviate median and ulnar nerve pain. Now, I have no reason to believe it doesn't do any of those things. It probably does, but I would like to see, you watch Shark Tank and somebody comes on with a medical thing and they say, well, do you have any studies? Do you have any documentation? I would like to see something scientific that documents that, but I have no reason to doubt it. And what they do have are testimonials by the thousands from people in all walks of life, not just playing drums, but various sports endeavors who insist that this works. The site goes on to say it increases longevity and endurance. See, I don't play, I'm a jazz guy, basically. I play what's called for, and sometimes it can be very, very heavy, but I'm not one of those swing for the fences kind of guys that does the whole gig that way every day, where I really would have some issues. I do have a little touch of carpal tunnel I had investigated once, but doctor said, hey, man, you've been doing this for 45 years. You're going to have some wear and tear. But one of the things compression does is it keeps everything where it's supposed to be. So if you think about like a suspension in a car or tolerances are the spaces between moving parts. So if you notice a new suspension in a car, it's going to be pretty tight, right? And as it gets older, those spaces get bigger and it gets a little more wiggly. And I think that can happen in your wrist, where you want to keep everything where it's supposed to be. And something binding it like that with compression would tend to help. And if you want to keep the blood flow circulating so you don't get numbness in the fingers, the carpal tunnel is not restricting the flow of blood. Seems like it works to me. They were kind enough to send these to me, and I haven't used them in everyday life. I know a lot of people have wrist issues because of sleeping. We tend to sleep doing things like that. In fact, I might take a nap right now. No, we tend to sleep with some very bad posture for our wrist, and that's not the position you want your wrist in, as anybody knows. But unlike some other braces, it doesn't restrict that motion. So I think if you're looking for a sleep aid that would help with carpal tunnel, you'd probably be better off talking to your doctor about it and having something that maybe comes up. Some of them have thumb connections and something that more immobilizes the wrist. Now, that being said, you don't want to immobilize the wrist to play the drums. And we are talking about drums here. So I'm just giving you my observations, and I'm looking at it, playing devil's advocate with like, well, what are they saying and what could be wrong with this? And it seems totally legit to me. It seems like it would work for exactly what it's supposed to do and not for the things it's not designed to do. It's very comfortable to wear. So let's go to their increases longevity, endurance, ergonomic form. That's what we were talking about. While it's not going to limit your mobility, it is going to kind of let you know where the comfort zone is for your wrist movement so that you're not going to get hyperextended, and it's not going to prevent you, but it's going to be there to say, oh, yeah, this is where it should be. Comfort when playing, I think so. Wrist stabilization, yes, I think so. Blood flow and oxygen to hands, based on what my initial thought was no way, but based on what I've read about and looked into medically, that makes sense too. So I'll give it a 95, let's say. out of 100. I don't review things, but if you send me something to look at, I will look at it and offer my opinions. And if I hate it, I'm not going to bag on anybody. But I don't know that this is a product I need, but I can see how a lot of people would. And I have nothing but good things to say about it. And thank you to the guys and gals at wristgrips.com, wrist-grips.com. Let me get that right. wrist-grips.com for being nice enough to send me a pair of these to investigate. You can find them at Amazon. You can find them on their website. I think music stores carry them, Sweetwater and the like. They're about $20. And I can recommend them, and I've read good reviews about them from other sources too. So that's really my show today. I have some other good news. I've been approached about publishing a book I wrote a long time ago. In the 90s, I had named Contemporary Linear Drumming. And there are a lot of books out there on that, but I went back and dug through it based on something Stanton Moore had told me, an observation he had made about connecting rudimental drumming to funk. And I had addressed that in the book. So I went back and looked at that, and I think I have a publisher lined up. And it'll be something available in digital only. I don't think anybody's printing much of anything these days, but I'll let you know when that comes out. I'm pretty excited about it. Okay, this is not a long show today. I just had that one topic. A few things I'd like to go over. We'll be back in 1 second to do that.
Our latest innovation has opened the door for all drummers to have the same access as top musicians in the world. Custom cymbals. Now available to everyone. Your next sound just got more interesting. Sabian Custom Shop.
Introducing the Star Festival snare drum from Gary Astridge, a handcrafted and precision replica of the rarest and most iconic of drums, Ringo Starr's 1963 Ludwig Jazz Festival. Each instrument is authorized and hand-signed by Ringo Starr and will benefit his charity, the Lotus Foundation.
When seated at the drums, pressure on the tailbone, lower back, and hip joints can lead to pain. Only Carmichael drum thrones are scientifically designed to relieve and prevent discomforts associated with prolonged sitting. Carmichael thrones, we got your back. Drummers seeking a quick and easy way to muffle bass drums on the fly, look no further. Muffbone offers an effective way to instantly dial in your sound in just a few seconds while seated at the kit. Find out more at muffbone.com. Okay, those Muffbones are made by my buddy Paul Krybik, and that's his music in the background. Great jazz drummer living on the West Coast. The Carmichael Thrones these grips reminded me of the Carmichael Thrones in that they make some medical assertions, but not exactly, and they do have a lot of testimonials to back it up. So the same thing with that throne. I haven't seen any medical studies that document what it does, but I sit on the darn thing, and it's terrific, and I know a lot of people do, and a lot of people claim to have benefited from it. So pay attention to my sponsors. I really appreciate them. Okay, a couple of other things. If there's anything you'd like to hear me talk about or cover or call in and talk about or guests you'd like to have me live with, just let me know. There's how you can do it. Also, I'd appreciate it if at the same place, drummernation.com, the website, you can sign up for our newsletter. It'll look like that, and you'll get a white paper on social media for artists, which you need to be all over. Okay, coming to the end. We don't have a long show here, but I do encourage you to go to Patreon. You know how to do that. Pledge a few dollars a month. It really helps me. It's not a lot of money coming in, but it helps. All right. The next project I'm going to do for money. I knew a woman who's married for like 60 years, and she said, I've married the first time for love. The next time I'll marry for money. So I've had all these things I've done in my life for love, like drumming, like the Cymbal Company, like Drummer Nation. And, one day I'll tackle something that actually makes some money. But I'm really happy doing this, by the way. All right, a shout out to our sponsors. If you want this show to air on your page, your company page, or if you have a business page or anything, please let me know because we can set it up to co-host, co-sponsor, what do they call it? Co-stream? No, there's a word for it. It's shared to your page on air as we go live. And all you have to do is send me something. I'll give you a little thing to click. And you can be a posting partner like these people I'm going to show you in 1 second on our way out. All right, next week, We're trying to line it up with my buddy Ricky Rocket to be live on the air, but he's a busy guy and running all over the place, so they're not on tour this summer. And a great buddy. And I'm also working to trying to post right now on another computer the podcast interview with Matt Wilson, who defines the word inspiring. You're not going to want to miss that one. Okay, here are my posting partners. On to the bumper on the way out. See you next week, Wednesday at 1. And don't forget to look for the Full Blown Podcast, wherever you catch podcast. Thanks again.